because I was in a relationship. No, I know the dates. I know the dates.
Okay.
I know the months. I might have been confused on the year, but I know the months. Hey guys, it's Keyshaszone from Keyshaszone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have my husband here sitting with me because we're actually going to do a story time type of video. We were going to do a mukbang initially, but it's not time to eat yet and I really want to do it now while the baby's still asleep, so we're just gonna do it now. So yeah, we're going to talk about when we met, or how we met rather, and I want this to be on camera, like the real how we met, and I don't want no wishy-washy la 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 Okay, so do you want to start, or
where do we start?
I remember this specifically. It was a Friday. So this is back in 2007.
Yeah.
This is back in 2007.
Must have been summertime, eh?
No, because I had school. Remember, I was home from school.
Right before
I was
summertime.
sick.
Right?
Yeah, after. Because I was in a relationship. No, I know the dates. I know the dates.
Okay.
I know the months. I might have been confused on the year, but I know the months. So it's like September somewhere. It's like the beginning of school, September, October. I want to say the end of September. And this is in the time, as I said, 2007, which means like MySpace and Netloch.
Right.
I don't know if Netloch was a thing over in the States.
In the US, I don't think so.
Right?
And maybe Redbox.
Okay.
I think the former name of Netloch was Redbox. Maybe that was.
Right.
But I don't think.
Well, we had Netloch. We were born and raised in Belgium, so we're from Europe. So it was a Friday because I was home from school sick. And I remember going onto my Netloch page, you know, like just another social media.
It's like Facebook almost, right?
Yeah, also.
But it's just,
it's a mix.
It's a mix of Instagram and Facebook almost.
Yeah.
It's still pictures and you.
Right, but like talking and like.
Messaging and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So I posted a picture from my vacation. I went to Portugal with my mom, and I had this picture of me in like a short skirt, I remember.
Yeah, what was that, like on top of a hill or something?
On top of a hill. So I'm 6 feet tall, so I'm tall and I got a lot of legs, okay? So I see somebody commenting on my picture all of a sudden. And you know why it stood out to me? Because it was a cheesy comment and it was like, really? But it was so funny that it was like, that's why I still remember it. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can write the number 10 and have it like in all X and all the other letters are like O, so therefore you can see that there's like a 10 in the X.
Right.
That's something you wrote on my thing. That's what caught my attention. It said like, wow, you're a 10 or something like that.
That was someone else.
Oh my god. I don't know. Then you were just chatting to me in like the private messages or whatever. But I told him, I remember in the private message, I told him that I was like home from school, I was a student, and I was also in a relationship. So I was not looking to talk to anybody, and definitely not looking to talk to guys, because I'm a Scorpio, which means that I'm loyal to the bone. So if I'm in a committed relationship, I'm in a committed relationship until I'm out. And then weeks go by, or days.
I really don't remember a lot, like details, like dates and weeks and days and what I said.
All right, okay, but
so I feel like some of the stuff you're making up.
Okay, no, play. So okay, so how did you pop up on my MSN? Let you tell that part of the story.
So a friend of mine had you added on their list.
See, I don't even know how I want it. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I had seen some of your pictures before, so I connected the dots with your name, and that's why I took your name?
Yeah, I think that must.
Or was it just randomly I saw the name and I saw a profile picture and I wanted to add you? See, that's the part I don't really remember. But I do remember I got your email address, which is MSN. You need your email address so you can add people.
Those were the days, man.
Yeah.
MSN. Okay.
Those are good days.
Oh, I loved it.
And so I took the email address and then I added you and I started talking to you from that MSN,
Right.
which is, that was also big in the US, was it?
Yeah.
MSN,
Yeah.
so people would know what that is. Yeah. So that's how it started for me. That's the part I remember.
I don't think you ever told me that until like later on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I don't even think I've ever asked, like, hey, where did you get my email from? Like, all of a sudden, he was just on my MSN, and I was like, oh, okay, like, whatever. So I was definitely talking, because Benjamin, even though he's known as, like, the quiet one and more introvert, you give him a keyboard, honey boo boo child, and he will talk all the talk, okay? As in, you were very flirtatious, and you was trying to get with it.
That's funny because I think face to face I wouldn't have been that.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say no, but I was like, no. You want me to pull up the message?
You don't have to.
Okay.
I know for sure online I was the man. I was probably saying stuff I would never even think of if it was face to face. So that's the cool thing about the internet. When you're young and you're just out there, you could just say whatever you want to say. So it was easy.
And especially because we know that we would probably have, well, never say never, but the chances of us meeting in regular, like, day to day was very slim to none, because we're from two completely different cities. He's from Ghent and I'm from Antwerp, and it's like a 40-minute train ride. It's been so long.
I think 30-40 minutes.
Right.
It's about the same amount of,
like, it's
distance.
so far, guys, that our accents are completely different. It's like somebody from Louisiana gets with a New Yorker. You know what I'm saying? Like, our accents are super different. So we're really from the different parts of Belgium. So I don't think if it wasn't for internet that we would have met.
No, there's no way. I don't think so.
So he was talking to me on MSN for quite some time, and I kept telling him, I'm in a relationship. Benjamin, you even asked me, you even said, so okay, then we start talking about music.
No, you did tell me, but you didn't keep telling me you said it once or twice, and that was about it.
No, I didn't say it like that. I meant like because you were flirting, and I was just like hinting it in conversation, like, yeah, and my boyfriend and I
wasn't picking up on none of that.
No, you weren't. You really could have cared less, to be honest. And then, like, the first key, and this is, God is, okay, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. If you believe, like, in the universe, or just that everything is written, or everything is meant to be as it's going to be, or I don't know how you would write that. There were numerous times that since we were talking, we should have seen each other, but it never happened until one specific day. So that's also the crazy thing about our story. Kanye West gave a concert and was going to give a concert in November. I told him weeks before, I'm going with my boyfriend and his sister. We're going to attend Kanye West. And he was like, oh my gosh, me and my buddies are also going to Kanye West, we might see you there. Then a couple weeks go by, my boyfriend dumps me, so we're off, not talking to him. I'm still talking to his sister, so I was like, okay, sister is still coming to Kanye West, but now I'm taking another friend. So I messaged him and I said, I'm still coming to the show, but I'm no longer coming with my boyfriend because we've broken up. And all of a sudden it was like, ding, 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 ding. He's like, oh my God. He said, oh, really? Okay. He's like, what time are you going to pull up at the event? We're going to go bright and early, because you was a diehard fan, right? Man. You went mad early. Yeah, it was in Brussels?
Yeah, it was. He that was his second concert ever in Belgium. And the first one I attended, it was in Leuven. Like, I think it was
You went to the first one?
Yeah, I think it was Marktrock or something like that.
Oh, you went to that?
That was the very first time.
You went to stuff like that? I did not know you went to
that. That was the first time that Kanye actually,
it was a festival. Yeah, it was not his own concert. Marktrock is like a festival.
Yeah, he was part of the lineup. And so that Brussels was my second time, the same concert you were going to, but it was just me and another friend, so it was just 2 of us, and I knew every single song, literally every single song, line by line, easy. I even made eye contact. I was so proud.
Oh my God, he keeps saying that story.
Yo.
It's gonna turn into a Benjamin and Kanye West type of
That was so fun. I was so
God.
happy, and everyone was pushing around me, saying, "Oh my God, he's looking at you," because I knew every word, right? So.
Oh my God.
Now I'm not. I don't even listen to Kanye. It's been years, but that's definitely a moment I don't forget when we talk about the concert. And now let's go back to us.
Yeah, I was just about to say. So back to our history. Done with Kanye. We had each other's number at that point, but for whatever reason, it was like super bit off. Because I feel like the network was down and was really bad because there were so many people. Whatever happened, we didn't get in touch with each other, and we didn't end up seeing each other. But
I remember though, I felt like at the time you didn't want to see me, because I called you several times, and you were saying network is good. You know, I can't hear you, but I thought you were just saying that because you don't want to meet.
Right. I think I did. One of the first calls, now that you say that, I do remember feeling super nervous because even though we've been speaking, after I told him that it was broken up with my boyfriend, that's when we started like text messaging and calling each other and stuff. And so I knew his voice, and I knew at that point, okay, he's not a 50-year-old man that's catfishing me. It still can be a catfish, but it's not like an old guy or whatever. But I was still very wary of the fact, like, oh my God, he wants to see me, and this is weird because we met through the internet. I've never met somebody through the internet. So it was all just like super, and I also knew that my dad was picking us up and dropping us off, and I didn't want him to have like any like inkling of what was going on. So I do remember feeling nervous, but I don't know if I was like kind of lying and saying that I couldn't hear you or whatever. But after the concert, I remember you telling me that you were like super convinced that you saw me, and I was like, no, that was not what I was wearing. Cause you
Something
said, this is
black.
t-shirt and nada. And I was like, no, I wore something completely different. So that was in November. Meanwhile, we're still talking. Actually, we're raking up the minutes by this point, okay? We're raking up the minutes. So did we at that point have like that super long conversation from 7 till, remember?
So. Yeah, there was one, I do remember that there was one day where I think we were talking starting in the evening somewhere, literally all the way until the morning. Like I want to say 6, 7, 8, like it was.
Yeah, it was from 9 o'clock at night until 7 in the morning.
I remember it was daylight. I'm like, oh my God.
From Saturday to Sunday, because I had to go to the Hero. I remember that very well.
Yes, that was crazy.
Have you ever done that with a girl before?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
I don't even know like what we were talking about.
That was crazy. I just remember I just didn't want to hang up, and we just kept going. It was like a long conversation. I think at one point we were like falling asleep, and it was like silence and hello, are you still there? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna sleep. Okay, like it was like I was done. Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. So then that happened, that phone conversation. So I was like, okay, this is kind of something different. Like I don't like, it's weird because I might have feelings, but it's weird to say that you have feelings for somebody that you haven't seen, just heard their voice or like pictures. And then the next time we were supposed to meet was New Year.
Right, yeah. Me and my friends, we were like 3-4 cars of 15, 20 people. We wanted to celebrate New Year, and it was in Antwerp, which is her city. And we were trying to right. Okay. We were trying to get into this club. I think that's where you were in.
Yeah. And
obviously, knuckleheads.
Hold on. We have to emphasize that he's Turkish. His friends are like Arabs, African. From where? Somalian? Was he with you?
No, I don't think so. No? I think it was all just Arabs, black people.
Just brown, blacks looking, and the security were all white, and
so we came,
all men, boys.
We waited like I want to say 40 minutes because it was a long line.
Yeah, it's a popular.
So then it was our turn, and obviously looking back at it now, I'm like, of course, right? So we were like 15, almost 20 people. And
guys, only guys. Who does that?
And the security guard looks at us and he goes, "No, you guys can't get in." I'm like, "What?" Oh my God. So that was messed up. So then we were mad. We had to go, and then we went back to my city again. To again 30-40 minute drive. that we went to another club. We were just having some fun there, so that it turned out to be good. But I do remember knowing that you were in there, and I really wanted to go in just to see you, but it didn't happen. So I was like, whatever.
It's
so I'm just gonna
years,
go back. But I do. It's funny because, and I'm gonna fast forward a little bit, then we'll go back. But one of my friends, I think he ended up calling a few of his girlfriends, and he ended up getting in the club. Because afterwards, a few months later, when me and Keisha were together, and I was showing off to my friends, hey, this is my girlfriend, blah blah blah. That guy that got in the club, he said, no, there's no way. I'm like, yeah. And he said, I saw her, I bumped into her. Like, and I remember her, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So that.
Like, and it was funny. So fun because it was like a full, you know how sometimes you bump and it's just like, oh, a quick sorry or a quick like looking, but we fully like bumped into each other, had to look at each other and was like, oh, okay. And I could hear by his accent that he was from Yen, but obviously like I did not know that he was going to be a friend of Benjamin.
That was funny, yeah.
Just a small world, small world.
It's funny because that was the second or third time that we were supposed to meet, and it didn't happen. That's funny.
And it was kind of like, okay, at that point I was feeling like, is God, telling me like, Kenisha, like, relax, go do something else, go find somebody else, because this is just not happening. So I thought, is God sending me a message of like, this is not supposed to happen. Like, we gave you this many attempts of meeting each other, and it's not what's supposed to go down, so whatever. But then we just never stopped talking. And then I also remember in the beginning of January somewhere, all of a sudden he went ghost, right? For like a full week I didn't hear from him, no texts, no calls, and this was really strange because he would text me daily. So I'm not gonna lie, I felt some type of way that he was not messaging me, and I'm not one to continuously, I probably did send some messages like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Da da da. But I didn't continuously text him, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what you're doing, and we're not together, so that's fine. But I need you to know that I'm not waiting for you for nothing. So I ended up going on a date with another guy that I was talking to, like, we met, going out and whatever. So I ended up going on a date with him, and that didn't end up being anything. We were just friendly, I guess. And then all of a sudden he popped back up, and I think you said you were like really, really sick, or
could be,
I don't know, something happened.
You know how I am when I'm sick.
I know how
I'm
were.
Off the earth,
so I don't know what happened in that week. I don't care. Then in January we were supposed to meet somewhere, and then on a Saturday, and then that Saturday in the daytime, I think I called you or texted you, and I said, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like I think it was.
It was on the weekend somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember having the conversation. I was in like a little restaurant, like a fast food type of restaurant.
No, that's another thing.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's another thing.
Then I don't remember this one.
Yeah. No, this was legit. We were planning to see each other that day, and then I called like a couple hours before, and I was like, no, I can't make it. I can't do this.
It's possible. I don't remember.
And then, because at that point I was just really stressed out. I was like, I don't know if I want to meet this guy, see this guy. I'm getting super nervous about it, and I'm not one to get nervous about guys and all that stuff. So it was just like the whole thing was weird. And I think it was also because it was after that like 1 week ghost period. I was maybe in my feelings a little bit or whatever. So then bit turned off. Then it was the Auto Salon, which is like a car show type of thing.
Or like an expo?
It's like an expo of all the new cars coming out, and it's like a really big thing.
I think I went with YG and stuff.
Yeah, it's like a really big thing. Not that year though.
Okay, this must
because I went with my best friend back then and her mom. And I remember on the way back home, I was just so done with everything. And then he called me, and it was like, yeah, then we were supposed to meet and da da da. And you was at like a fast food, like a pizza fast food joint with your friends. And I remember I put you on speakerphone, in the car with my friend, and I was like, I don't know, what do you want from me? Because like, I can't do this is like, why are we talking this much if we're just friends? A lot, you know, I was just like all over the place. I like everything to be clear and direct. You know, if you don't like me, that's fine, but say it. If you like me, that's also fine, say it. So I had it. I had like all the back and forth and the months of talking. It was just too much. So I remember yelling like, what do you want from me? What do you want? And all of a sudden he says in a normal voice, he goes, I want you. And I said, I can't hear you. I don't understand what you're telling me. What do you want? And then he just yelled, I want you, in like this manly voice, like this voice, right? He said, I want you. And I remember like in the car just smiling, and then I heard all your guys laughing and like really being like, lover boy, lover boy. So I was like, okay, we're gonna try this one more time. So then, still January, my best friend actually, she used to go to this school down by the sea, right? And again, God has it all set up in particular ways, because this was a special and selected school that you can only attend for half a year to a year. So in that year, 2008, she was enrolled in that specific school. Now the thing is, when she goes to school, she has to go by train, and the train stops in Ghent. So this is what she ended up doing for me, because she was like, Kenisha, you've been talking about this guy, but you're so afraid to meet him for whatever reason. This is not like you, so guess what? I'm gonna meet him. And I was like, oh my God, like this is kind of weird, like, because I don't want to see him, because I don't know if he's like, is he real or not, you know. And now you're gonna meet him. This is strange. But she was like, no, I'm gonna just do it. So she left school a little bit early. She got on the train and she stopped in Ghent Damport. That was his like area.
No, it's Damport.
Oh my God.
That's the right way to say it.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Our accents are completely different, because that's not at all how I would say it. So she got off and they met.
Yeah, that was funny. I was in my head, you know, I was thinking, I need to really impress her. I need to look good. I need to say this. I need to be funny. That way she can go and relay all the information to her, so then we can really meet. Because in my head, I was thinking, maybe she's just not ready to meet me because she doesn't know if I'm real, or if I'm the same person I am, the way I'm texting and calling and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I had to project and really show that is who I am. So I remember that day I was, you know, getting dressed, and it was right before I was going to work too. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna get dressed, because I used to work in a factory, so it was like a lot of labor stuff. So usually you don't dress up to go to work in a factory, right? So, but on that day I had to, because I'm meeting her. So I remember dressing up. At the time, the Babesters, that was kind of really in with, you know, I think Soulja
like
Boy, Pharrell, they were just all doing, you know, they were all new. I mean, Soulja Boy was. Yeah. And, you know, Bape stuff was really in. I remember I had the shoes, the hat and everything. I remember that was pretty cool. I had a dark black hat on.
He knows everything.
I had the Babesters on. It was pretty cool.
Oh
Skinny
God.
jeans, you know, all that fun stuff. And then I meet
her. To her for like half an hour?
Yeah, maybe 20-30 minutes. I had to go upstairs, because train station where I'm from, you know, I was at the ground level. I had to go up. I see her, we start laughing, we start talking, how you doing, it was like 15-20 minutes, maybe 30, I don't know, it wasn't a long conversation. I left, I had a good feeling, because I'm like, yep, I was funny, look good, everything should be fine now. So, and then what I was thinking was confirmed when I then met her, because it tells me that she went and said something positive. Hey, he's blah 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 blah.
It was because it was that same week.
Because I know if it was negative, you probably would have been like, hey, you know what, let's just
like bloop, or just like not even texted anything.
So I know I did good.
But it was that same week. So let's say it was, again, because you was working, so it was Monday through Friday. It was like in a normal weekday that they saw each other. Then I saw my best friend, and she was like, he's the same guy as the pictures. He looks good. He's funny. Kenisha, I really think you should meet him. So go for it. So then I called him, and I was like, okay, this Saturday, February 2nd. Right. Like, we're meeting. We're going to the movies in Antwerp, and we're not calling it off. So don't let business, like, don't let your job be able to call you talking about, can you come in and fill in for this guy? Like, no, it's not happening. We're meeting each other. He's like, okay, cool. So then that Saturday, I got all dolled up. I think I even wore my contacts.
You did. Green.
I used to, no, gray.
Oh, sorry, gray. You're right. They just look super weird. I remember that. It's like, okay. Oh my God, that looks weird. Because I'm not.
You didn't. You weren't into
that.
it.
Yeah. I'm just not used to seeing that. So it was very strange.
I don't know why I liked it. I don't know, guys. You know, I was 17, trying to look really, really good, and I remember me standing outside of the train station, and I saw him clearly walk by, but I didn't say anything because I wanted to just see him walk by. And I was like, at the same time, I was feeling like, oh my God, it's real. It's like really happening. And then come to find out afterwards that he was doing the same thing with me. Like, he saw me, he knew that I was clearly the girl he was meeting, but he just walked past, and then we kind of called each other, and then I was like, yeah, I'm standing here at the statue, and you turned around.
Yeah, I remember that. I came out the train station, you were at there was like a statue or something, you were standing right there. I saw you as soon as I got out because it was kind of late in the day and not a lot of people were there, so it was kind of obvious. But I remember thinking, like, I don't know what to say yet, or I don't know how to approach her, so let me just keep walking and keep thinking, how am I going to approach you? But I didn't have a solid plan, so by the time I thought about something, I was already like super far in the street, and I'm like, well, let me call her, or you call me, whatever. I acted like I didn't see you. Like, hey, well, no, I didn't see you. Where you at?
Because you was like, I'm like on my way towards the cinema, the theater.
So then I remember them coming back and like, oh, acting all surprised, but I kind of knew. So that was interesting. Yeah.
Oh, we're such losers.
And then we went to the movies.
Yeah, and he likes to say this part. I don't know. It got cut off, guys. So I'm not sure when exactly it got cut off. But anyway, so he still had his student ID, right? And I'm super used to, when we go on a first date, all the guys want to pay for me, okay? And it's a very common thing to do, I feel like. Not to say that I'm always comfortable with that, or that I'm always, like, oh yeah, pay for me, because no, that's not how it happens. But they always offer, right? So we go to the register, and the cashier's like, yeah, how many movie tickets? And he goes, yeah, just one for Will Smith. What's the iRobot? Did we see iRobot?
I Am Legend.
Yeah, I Am Legend.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, just one, I Am Legend. He said, yeah, and I have my student discount. And he looked back at me and he started laughing, because we both knew that he was no longer a student at that point. But I was like, oh, okay, he's paying just for himself. All right. So then I went to the registry and paid for myself. I didn't think, did you pay for like the snacks and stuff?
I don't remember that either. I just know for sure I did not pay for the movie ticket.
Right.
Because I just, for me, it's like, I don't even know you yet. I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay nothing. I'm paying for myself.
Oh my God. See, that mentality, I don't know where he got that from. I don't know where he got that from. And then, we went to the movies and it was good. And I felt like Benjamin was being very calm and respectful, so it was going too slow. So it was going too slow because at that point we had been talking for a good fat 6 months. So I was like, I'm gonna be 1,000. Okay, I was like, if I don't end up getting a kiss at this point, like, I'm gonna be livid. I did all of this and not even a kiss. We waited all this long and not even a kiss. So he was like just looking to the front the whole time. I was like, no, I gotta make something happen. So I made my move.
Because I wasn't gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what you said afterwards. And I was like, really?
It was just because, I don't know how you would react. And for me at the time, I was a big player, right? And I don't get rejected like that. So for me, I was thinking, I'm not 100% sure yet, so I'm not going to make any move because I don't want to be in a position where
you get rejected.
Yeah, I make my move and you don't want to, or you're not comfortable, whatever. Right. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. So that was a real reason why I'm like, oh, I'm not. It's too early for me. I'm not.
Oh my God! And I just thought you were being respectful.
That too.
So anyways, yeah, so I made my move. I did what I had to, and that was it, basically.
Yeah.
I remember later on saying, like, later on asking, so what are we?
What are we now? Like, are we official?
Yeah, what are we now? Because, again, for me, guys, I just want to know. If we're dating, then we're dating. If we're now, like, exclusive, then we're exclusive. If we're now... you know, figuring it out, but also leaving space to maybe talk to other people, then that's what we're doing. I just like to be direct and have a clear understanding from the get-go so that I don't mess up and so that you don't mess up and feel any type of way. That was kind of my reasoning behind me asking. And you actually really fast, you said, what are you talking about? You're mine now.
That's right.
And I said, well, okay. I said, okay, Mr. Benjamin, you want to handle all of this? I said, okay, sir. Okay.
I didn't know what I was signing up for, huh?
Yeah, that's a valid point. That's a very valid point.
Yeah.
That's a very valid point. So yeah, that is kind of the story on how we met and how we got
wow, we gave him all the
together
details.
Finally. Did you hear him?
That was him?
Yeah, he said, ow!
I thought that was a cat outside.
Oh my God, he was scared as
He's telling us we need to wrap it up.
That's our son telling us we need to wrap it up. So, yeah, we've been together since 2008. So, just this weekend, right now actually, we've celebrated our 11-year anniversary. And... yeah, this year we'll also be married for 5 years, and this year our son will turn 3. 11 years strong. Different nationalities, different religions, different personality, different family situations. Like, I mean, 1 out of 7 children, an only child. There's a lot of differences between us, but we make it work. We make it do what it do.
Yep.
Okay, guys, well, I guess that was it. And if you want to see my husband back for another video, just let me know in the comments down below. I did ask, there was like a poll going on if you wanted to see this in English or Dutch. Everybody voted, well, not everybody, most of you guys voted for English. So if you want to see a video of us talking Dutch, because again, we talk completely different, then do let me know and I will make that happen for you. And I thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button if you like this video and go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Mwah.